Saul Castaneda with Mcscgreenwheels, and like most of everyone, still at home. So what we're doing today, man, we basically took apart the HVAC box to our 1993 Ford Foxbody GT, which we call Sergeant Reckless, which is our Coyote swap. A couple things that we've been up to lately. We're just trying to do the wiring into kind of a standalone kind of deal using the control pack with it. It's a headache. Anyways, we'll get to that. We'll get to those videos later. So what we're going to do today to continue moving in there, so I can continue putting all the wiring where it should be, is get the heater box done, and we're going to be running full AC and heat in our 93. So what I already did here in our heater box, I already split it apart. I have some pictures. So basically what I did is just, we had it out, so we took off the rear, this backside where the blower motor goes. And then from there, it's got a couple screws that comes around. But this guy is actually glued together, or like heated together. So the best thing to do is I just started prying in the places that was already there, and I scraped off whatever I could off the edge, and it just started to pry open. It takes a while. This stuff can be old, it can be brittle, and if you break it, you're, up that creek. Basically what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and put back our components back in here, get this heater box ready so we can mount it back on our Sergeant Reckless, and then continue with the wiring on the inside. We're going to worry about those AC hoses a little later, so it's a tricky part. What we did is kind of break this down just in case you guys go to LMR and you can't find this kit, because it's about $800, $900 kit, and that's the whole AC compressor and evaporator, your evaporator core and high-low lines and all that stuff, and the switches. And you guys have seen it on LMR. And what happened with us is our Coyote came with an AC, because we got the bracket and everything on it when we got the the engine, excuse me. And what we're doing, we were trying to look for a kit, but when you don't need an AC compressor, and that's about $200-300 bucks, we're already pretty far deep in it. So we started to go ahead and headhunt these pieces individually. Now, a lot of these parts we were able to pick up from a lot of the local stores, your AutoZones, your O'Reilly's, or your Advances. Prices may vary. If you want to pick them up online, they may be cheaper. What I'm going to do, I'm going to explain to you guys what parts we're using here today. And as we go along, as we start to install this AC system, I'll also put down the parts that we got and how much we paid for them, which is it's a little bit of a difference of an $800, $900 ticket. So right now, what we're going to put this guy back together, and I'll explain as much as I can as I go along. All right, guys. So watch it. I was going to use an epoxy, but I'd rather just use the Gorilla Glue because it has a little bit more give, and it won't exactly settle on me before I have it all done. Then where I have to take it off, scrape it apart, then redo this all over again. One of the tricky parts, like I said, is this door and getting this guy put in, and then putting the other door to go through that little hole right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to save myself the trouble, and I'm going to glue it all in right now, and then just lay down some glue on here. It's Gorilla Glue. Be generous. It's not that expensive. I don't think, at least. I think I stole this from someone's garage. It's probably my own. All right.
Snap right.
Right there. Oh, the back one. Alright, now let's put some clamps on it. Got this bad boy. I think I got it pretty well clamped up. We're gonna give it a couple hours, man. Let it cure up, and then we're gonna come back and install this heater core. Stay tuned, guys. This is this guy. This guy. There that is. That's how it's gonna look. That's how it's gonna be. So we got our new heater core in. As a matter of fact, I think I'll just strap it down now. Before I mount this guy right here. So this piece here is where our blower motor attaches to, and then attaches to the top of the dashboard. So it distributes all the heat to its different places. So that is all painted up and ready to go. I have this right here is double-sided tape for the foam that we're going to use to go around it right here.
And where did you get the foam from and the double-sided tape?
This double-sided tape I picked up at Menards, costed me like $6, the whole roll, and this was like I think $2. It's air conditioning, weather stripping, and then for the other stuff that I'm using, it's the same thing, just a little thinner. And this stuff right here I'll need right around this entrance where it actually attaches to the HVAC box. So we got 2 screws down here, and then it has a hinge, and then it has a little hook right here that it hooks onto, and then our blower motor will attach to here. So we'll get to that in a minute. I cleaned up my blower motor, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to mount this blower motor up to this side, and then we're going to have to wait till this is dried up so I can show you how to mount that side up. But yeah, we're gonna mount the blower motor at least here, that way. Just sits in there, bam, and done. So let's get the screws. I know I threw them somewhere around here. The blower motor right in here, as you guys can see it, it's all said and done. This one was a working blower motor, so you can buy this at your local AutoZone. This thing's about $35. So yeah, this is not too bad to get. You can get it at any AutoZone. So I went ahead and mounted this guy. I also mounted this vacuum valve that opens the little door underneath there. So, and the way to test these, you can compress it all the way in, then you hold this, and if you let this go and it pulls through, that means it's no good. So that's a good valve. That's how you test it. Alright, that looks pretty good. It's pretty cleaned up. All we're gonna have to do is wait for this guy to finish up, and then we'll put it back together. Let's see if I get some more over here. I think I got one more on top right here. That's it. Now I'll be able to go ahead and mount this up there. There's 2 screws right down here, which I have over to the side over here, that go right underneath here. There's one here and one here. So once I mount it up there, I'm going to remove these 2 clamps, mount it up there, screw these 2 guys, and then I'll go ahead and reclamp it just to make sure it stays this way. One up over from Menards on the AC part. So that's pretty much what I'm going to use. There that is. It just really goes right down here and right in there, and that's pretty much it. That's all I'm really going to put. I don't need anything anywhere else. That's cool. So yeah, so these are my 2 contact points. I'll go ahead and install this now. Perfect. Well, actually, let me get some of this stuff out of here. I may need you to hold this guy. Okay. Now the reason I'm doing it like this lip has to kind of catch right in there. So I'm gonna remove this guy right here. So what it does, see, now, is there a little screw there? 2 screws. That's 2. Go ahead and turn it around.
You need a box.
Voila! 1 heater box completely built. The only thing we're gonna do is go ahead and add the vacuum pump right here for this door right back here. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and add that once we get all these clamps off of it, and it'll be ready to be installed. So, and we gotta add that foam right up here that goes to the dash. So make sure we get the heat and it doesn't go anywhere else. We're gonna add the cable and then all the air lines that are needed to be for it. And then we're gonna go ahead and install it back to our 1993 Ford Foxbody GT we call Staff Sergeant Reckless. Hey, I want to thank everybody on Instagram, on our YouTube channel, and especially on our Facebook page. Guys, thank you very much. Thanks for everybody watching. Thanks for leaving us some comments. I always love the positive remarks. It's always good for myself and of course Mr. Tamba. Thank you to him. Guys, we'll see you soon. Wait till we put this one back up. Saul Castaneda with MCSC. We'll catch you guys soon. Have a good night.